With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Administration and Athletic Director of the Marlington Local School District, we would like to welcome you to today's contest between Perry High School and your Marlington Dukes. In order to make today's contest as enjoyable as possible, please represent your school and community in a positive and respectful manner. That means following the rules, speaking and acting responsibly, and showing courtesy and respect for your fellow fans, the officials and coaches, the administrators and authority figures, and of course your team and opponents. Let's make today's contest great by remembering to respect the game. Thank you. The officials assigned to this contest have been selected and assigned according to the procedures adopted by the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tonight's officials are Dwight Brainard, Sandor, and Brandy Ham. And now let's meet the teams. First, the visitors. Freshman number 24, Claire Brooks. Freshman number 11, McKenna Hess. Freshman number 21, Millie Vargas. Freshman number 15, Riley Wright. Sophomore number 19, Sierra Blackburn. Sophomore number 1, Madison. Sophomore number 3, Kalina Elson. Sophomore number 9, Lillian Porter. Sophomore number 23, Kaylin Wiseman. Junior number 4, London Heck. Junior number 18, Alexis Lee. Junior number 6, Kenzie McBurney. Junior number 16, Brooke McIntyre. Junior number 10, Riley Schaefer. Junior number 2, Brielle Tom. Senior number 26, Macy Baker. Senior number 17, Annika Bashman. Senior number 20, Ava Brooks. Senior number 8, Marissa Castro. Senior number 7, Addison Fogel. Senior number 5, Madison Kim. Senior number 22, Gracie McCabe. Senior number 25, Olivia McGrady. Senior number 13, Olivia Offener. Senior number 0, Sydney Smur. Senior number 12, Carolyn Woodman. And now introducing your Marlington Dukes. Sophomore number 3, the Terminator, Selena Nira. Freshman number 4, Dynamite Delaney Dom. Freshman number 5, Kerrigan the Hurricane Johnson. Freshman number 6, Bella the Rocket Ritchie. Senior number 8, Hayden Hot Tamale Morgan. Sophomore number 9, Elena Eat My Dust Martin. Junior number 13, Addie the Twisted Sister Richie. Sophomore number 18, Laylo Lily Lobe. Freshman number 22, Caitlin the Power Polly. Now introducing tonight's starting lineup. Junior number 0, the Savior McKenna Metz. Freshman number 2, Carissa the Knockout Miller. Junior number 7, the Wrangler Marissa Walter. Freshman number 10, Shelby the Ego Trip Odie. Sophomore number 11, the Fast and Furious Kenzie Eichler. Sophomore number 12, Ashlyn Primetime Polly. Senior number 14, Olivia Callahan the Flash. Junior number 16, Cadence Bernard the Trainwreck. Junior number 17, Kelly Keep Your Distance Johnson. Senior number 21, the Quick Quinn Cernansky. And now for your 2025 captain, senior number 19, the Dark Angel Megan Kirby. The Dukes are coached by Kyle Groves and assisted by Seth Copeland, Steve Miller, and Tim Hopkins. At this time, we ask that you please rise, remove your caps, and join us as we honor America and those who serve to protect it with the playing of our national anthem. One second.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove, Neighbor Nation! We will see you on Saturday afternoon! Riley Meister gets the point!
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one! It's back to back Jacks for KSU Tuscarawas! Needs the point, and it's alive! Hanson pushes it over! Unbelievable! We play on! It's blocked! We're tied! We're tied! Unbelievable!
Good evening from the Marlington Soccer Stadium at Marlington Middle School. This is OHSAA Girls Soccer on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
Today we should have a good one on our hands as the Marlington Dukes welcome in the Massillon Perry Panthers. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. It's finally time for some soccer after a long time away from the sport. To be exact, the last time that we did call a soccer game, it was here. A great 2-1 victory for the boys as they took down Louisville in the playoffs. A great win for them. A lot of great games here over the years. And Marlington, they look for their first win under their new head coach, Kevin Grove. Coming in after a 1-15 season, a long road ahead to getting back to the glory days of old as they were a perennial contender for the EBC back in the early 2010s. As for Perry, 2-1 on the year, CCC 4-0, and Warren G. Harding 4-1 their victories so far. The key ingredient is there. Score 4 goals, and 9 times out of 10, they will be victorious. As the ball is played back, we are underway here in Marlington, a.k.a. Alliance, and we are off to the races. Marlington this year 0-1-1, a draw against Waterloo, and then a loss their last time out, losing to a very good Orville team, 5-1 on the road. Good play early by the Panthers as they take it back after a wayward pass. Taking it up the side, it's Fogel. Fogel cutting in, has some numbers forward, tries changing fields, heavy touch by the Dukes, and the Panthers will keep it. First shot of the game by the Panthers, and it is in outside the 18-yard box, and it is Perry striking first on the road. Just over 30 seconds in, and the long strike does wonders for the visitors. That's the exact start Perry wanted. Just a beautiful strike once again just outside the box. And if you're the Dukes, you have to be able to clear your lines. Just couldn't get it done there. And once again, the visitors getting an early goal. Good attempt by the goalkeeper to try and save it, but in the end, not enough. Perry trying for another goal here, a chance to potentially score 2 in 1 minute, but that does not look too likely here. It's Schaefer on the far side, Cruyff's back, and it is intercepted by the Dukes. Playing good passes early on is going to be a key indicator to success. It's early on in the year. You don't expect the players to be perfect, but you need a lot of good passes to win a game like this. Good forward play by the Panthers on the far side. Good challenge by the Dukes, but still with Perry. And now they're going to try and reset by going back to midfield. No surprise to see Perry trying to play the possession game early on in this one. You score the early goal. You control the tempo. If you want to sit back and defend, you can. And it looks like Perry, they're going to try and build up from the midfield. And when they have a passing lane forward, they will take it. And there it is on display. Good pass forward, but it is intercepted by Dom, the freshman. Good representation by the class of 2029 on this Marlington girls soccer squad. Shelby Odie, one of the big ones. She has all 3 goals so far this year for the Dukes. 2 in the tie against Waterloo and then 1 in the loss against Orville. Pass forward for the Panthers. It is Catazaro. Plays it right. Fogel. Changing field, and it's a great pass to the far side. Threatening play by the Perry Panthers. Cross to the edge of the 18-yard box. Fogel cuts back. A nice pass to the edge of the 6-yard box. Excellent tackle just outside the box. And they're going to say no penalty. A good, strong challenge by the Dukes, but still plenty of work to do. And they will simply concede a corner. Perry doing a great job early on, putting the Dukes against the wall. The more pressure that they can put up in their final third, the better. And if you're Marlington, getting a piece of the ball is simply not enough that deep. You need a good, strong clearance. You need one of your defenders to take control, primarily one of your center backs. Somebody that can clear the ball up the pitch and give the defense a chance to breathe. Interesting setup for the corner for the Panthers as they will bunch and then rotate. Slow corner going to the near box, rolls across, and that is an easy poke in for the Panthers. Right through the Dukes defense, and it is Perry with 2 early goals. Just over 3 minutes in, and that is the definition of right place, right time. That goal appears to be scored by number 8 for the Panthers. That is Catazaro, the senior. And we'll watch it back here on the replay. just gets past the goalkeeper, and at the back door, somebody just pokes it in. And going back to what I said moments ago, a light tap will not do anything in a game like this. You need a strong clearance. No clearance there. And it goes right through the defense. Very similar to Arsenal's goal against Man United last week, as it just kind of slipped past the goalkeeper Bayendir. The Panthers looking for a third goal, and they have a good shot here. Catazaro squares it central to the top of the 18-yard box. And they will play on back. Once again, great build-up by the Panthers. The Dukes, another light poke, not enough to get rid of it. And Perry will switch field to go again. This time, strong interception by the Dukes, and they will take it up the pitch. It's Odie, the freshman. Good ball forward. A good instinctive pass, but not enough as it is taken away by Keim. But in the end, Marlington takes it back, and they will have a battle just below us at midfield. Excellent touch forward, but too heavy out of play, and it will stay with the Dukes. Good idea by Fogel. Tried tapping it off to her weak side to just beat the defender, but too much and not enough room to work with. 35-15 left to go in the opening half, and it is an early 2-0 lead for the Perry Panthers. And we will see how they try and adapt from here. Dished back to the defense. Once again, good play on the far wing. Perry doing a lot of great buildup on their wings. That has given them a lot of great crosses. Good interception by the Dukes, but it pings back to the edge of the 18-yard box. Another good opportunity for Perry to get their third, and they will not quite yet, but still a dangerous spot inside the 18-yard box. On the far side, they will try to swing it in, and some great defense by Callahan sends it out for a corner. Second corner of the game for the Perry Panthers, and they have one goal already from a set piece. And going back to that goal, it was a simple ball just right through the defense. Nothing more you can do. Same setup this time. They'll play it a little bit further back. Once again, it's through everybody to the back door. But the Dukes do better this time. They learn. And the body on the post, that is Miller, sends it out of play. I like that adjustment from Marlington. In a game like this, you need to learn from your mistakes quickly. Last time at the corner, the ball got through. Same thing this time. But when you have somebody outside of the goalkeeper positioned on that back post, a shot would not really go in unless it was perfectly placed. Third corner of the game for the Panthers. Nobody home as it'll be cleared away outside the 18-yard box, but still a clear and present danger. And once again, the Dukes will concede a corner. The third in this sequence, fourth of the game. No surprise to see Marlington conceding these corners. They're still going with the touch. They need to clear the ball up the pitch, even if that means getting one of your attackers to lay low in their defensive half. Maybe even going back to the final third. It'll be a short corner for the Panthers. Ball whipped in. It's a shot, and it is in. What looked like a cross becomes a shot, and it is a wonder strike for the Panthers. Madison Kine, the senior, sends it in, and that'll make it 3-0 Perry with 33-33 on the clock. It's threes all the way around for the Federal League Giants. Just a beautiful goal, and we'll watch that one back. It looked like a cross initially, but just the way the ball carried, perfectly going in the back of the net. And if you are a fan of the Perry Panthers, you have to be pleased of these opening not even 10 minutes yet. In the meantime, it looks like Perry will be the first of the teams to make a substitution, as it appears they are prepping a player that appears to be Ava Brooks down below. And a couple of other players will go and warm up to the side of their bench. 3-0 Perry on top early. Looking at the history of this matchup, it has been dominated by Perry over the past couple of years. 6-0 last year, 5-1 the year before that. Good ball played in, nobody home. And it looks like some miscommunication between the Dukes. The goalkeeper, Metz, wanted to get it, but the defender gets rid of it quicker. And as the whistle blows, we will have our first foul of the game. And it'll be another set-piece opportunity for the Perry Panthers. Free kick taken quick, sent it to the center of the box. And Perry will play quick once again. Shot going wide. And we will have our first goal kick of the night. Good idea by Perry, not going as quick as they were before, playing a couple of passes inside the box, but just not enough finishing prowess on that far side on that attempt. If you're Marlington, the goal is simple. Get the ball to Odie in the final third. Goal kick intercepted by the Panthers. Marlington does well get it back, but only for a brief moment. Here comes Perry. Nice shot by Fogel, opening up to receive. And that shot will go way wide to our right, and it'll bounce on out of the stadium for a goal kick. That is one of the common fixtures here at the Marlington Soccer Stadium. A lot of the shots do go out of the facility, and that is where the younger Dukes fans will go and fetch them. Down below, a total of 4 Panthers getting ready to sub in. And those will be our first 4 changes of the night. 31:30 on the clock in this first half. Perry 3, Marlington 0. And a lot of it has been simple. Perry controlling possession with a lot of great tackles, getting them the ball back. A dangerous area. Odie able to clear it for a moment, and she is going to try and outpace the defender, McBurney. Whistle will blow, and it'll go to Perry. Second foul of the game. Perry will waste no time whipping that one into the center of the 18-yard box. Beautiful ball. Good turn, the shot. It's beautiful all the way around. It is a 4th for the Panthers. How about that? Beautiful ball to the top of the box. Excellent footwork. And then the finish on top of it. Perry, 4 early goals. And we are not even 10 minutes in. Utter domination by the Federal League opponents of Marlington. The Dukes struggling early on in this game, and right now it looks like this will be the most goals they'll concede in a game, albeit it's still early on in the year. But for those just tuning in, early goals setting the tempo for the Panthers, and a lot of it has been simple. They have been more clinical all the way around. Their fundamentals a lot better, their tackles better, and that is giving them this early 4-0 lead. Heck will send it up the pitch. And as well, the goalkeeper for the Panthers, Ackenrod, nothing yet. She has faced 0 shots. She has had to go up against nothing. And maybe for a second the ball has been in the final third for Marlington. Otherwise, it hasn't been even close. So if you're Ackenrod, this is a game that you can kind of take off. But at the same time, you have to be ready. All it takes is one good attack to get Marlington back in the game. But Perry, they might be scoring quickly, but they're still playing the possession game. And as I said earlier, playing the possession game up, especially in Ohio high school soccer, is big. First real chance of the game for the Marlington Dukes, and it'll end quick. A nice interception by McBurney. And here come the Panthers. Big send up the pitch, and it'll just die in no man's land. Perry takes it back. Not too many numbers forward, and that'll help out the Dukes as they are able to intercept. That is Saransky, the senior, 1 assist so far on the year. She has the only one on this Marlington squad. A long-range chance, and it is going to go just wide. And I believe the linesman is going to dub it a corner. But in the end, it looks like they will say she did not touch it. And in the meantime, we will see a substitution for the Perry Panthers. Fogel checking out of the game for now. A good start for her and a good start for the Panthers all the way around. It is going to be Brielle Tom, the junior, subbing in. Once again on the goal kick, Perry will intercept, and here come the Panthers. First touches of the day for Tom, squaring it, and it'll ping out of play off of a Duke. Good idea by Perry. They're starting to get a little bit more aggressive. They don't necessarily need to be more aggressive, but they really want to end this game before it has a chance to really get started. Tom scores it to the edge of the 18-yard box. Basham dish it back to Tom. Good chance to whip in across. Nice ball to the back corner. Nobody home on the back door, and it'll go out for a Marlington goal kick. Perry getting really aggressive with those backdoor opportunities, and now upon further review, they're going to give a corner to the Panthers. Initially, it looked like it just went past the defense, but I believe on the initial shot, they're calling it a ricochet. Directly from a corner, they have scored once. From set pieces today, they have scored twice. Perry trying to make it 3, but they will be unable to do so as the Dukes are able to get it out of their 18-yard box, and they will try and get some attack going. Heavy touch on the far side by Pauly. 27:30 remaining in the first half. Perry 4, Marlington 0. Whistle will blow, and possession goes to the Panthers via a throw-in. Quick take on the throw-in as Schaefer will play it down the line. But once again, Marlington getting it back, showing plenty of fight down by 4. And if they can get numbers 4, they have a good shot to get something on the board. Still plenty of time left to go. This is not where you hit the panic button. We have seen so many great games over the years at the OHSAA level. This could end up being a slugfest, but Marlington has to find a goal early on, preferably in the next 5 minutes. Good ping, but right back to the Panthers. That was Saransky on the block. And here come the Panthers once again up the center. And Met's able to easily take that one inside her own 6-yard box. The Dukes getting a little bit more comfortable as this game goes on. I would say in part due to Perry's pressure being taken a little bit less. Right now the focus of the Panthers is just keeping the Dukes at bay and really keeping the ball in their attacking area. Good turn, and here comes Perry. Beautiful cut to the left. No whistles as it will stay with the Panthers. And now they will reset. Perry not a team afraid of resets, and that has given them a good amount of chances early on. A lot of their goals, you see a back pass or 2 before they end up taking a shot. A lot of teams afraid of that. But these Panthers not quite. Good chance, but Met's able to easily pick that one up. Sometimes in soccer, it's not about making the most flashy save. It's just about catching the ball. When I played soccer, I was a goalkeeper myself, and that was a big thing. Fundamentals. You wanted to be fundamentally sound. You didn't want to make the flashy plays. A save is a save. You don't need it to be acrobatic. You just need it to be sound. Perry taking it back around midfield. Just under 15 minutes in. Perry still up by 4. Looking for their first goal in around 5 minutes. And for the first time today, Eckenrod will touch the ball. And I think that says a lot about this Perry defense. The goalkeeper touches it once in 15 minutes, and that is on a back pass. Marlington causing a disruption around midfield. Perry trying to fight for it back. Saransky dishes, finding Odie. And now it's time for some pinball in the midfield area. Ball finally settling with the Dukes and Eichler. Odie taking it up the near side. Has Eichler in front. Tries to play it forward. Too weak of a pass as it'll just be sent out of play. Not a bad idea there by the defender just to poke it out of play. Gives the defense a chance to get back and a chance to reset. That was Elson, the sophomore, with the defense. Good throw in to the 18-yard box. And Perry, in the meantime, will concede their first corner of the game. I believe this will be the 5th combined 4 so far for the Panthers. And as I mentioned moments ago, this will be the first corner of the day for the Dukes. And this will be one of their best opportunities. I would say their best opportunity so far to find the back of the net. And if you're Marlington, I wouldn't be surprised if they play this one a little bit shorter. Nobody there, but I would like to see some build-up play from the wing before whipping it in. But we'll see if they can find something here on this corner. Played into the near post. It is in no man's land. And there is the first goal of the game for the Marlington Dukes. Right place, right time. And it is Marissa Walter finding the back of the net. And on top of that, for the first time this season, somebody not named Shelby Odie has found the back of the net for the Marlington Dukes. And as I mentioned, there's plenty of time, and you can hear Coach Grove down below. There is plenty of time left, and there truly is. To be exact, 63 minutes and 37 seconds, now down by 3. Marlington is back in it, and once again, it's a set piece. 3 out of the 5 goals so far coming from set pieces. Perry looking for an instant response, and it will have to wait. Excellent footwork inside the 18-yard box, but the shot goes wayward. That shot came from Olivia McGrady, the senior. But Perry now applying more pressure, and this is where they cannot get complacent. 3-goal lead, it's great, but leads fall apart all the time. You have to play a full 80 minutes if you want to be one of the best teams in the area. Federal League opposition, a lot of good teams, and they know that. This is a great warm-up for that as well. Mads bobbles it, but able to regain her composure, and the Dukes will play it out from the back. Good ball forward, but too much. Eichler unable to settle. This Marlington team, very young, a lot of early miscues, but right now they're starting to settle back in. And if they can keep this pressure up on Perry and force a couple of mistakes, they can find their second and make it a 2-goal game. And as the old saying goes, a 2-goal lead is the most dangerous in the sport of soccer. Not 1 goal, but 2. 2, you feel that comfort. You feel that barrier. But it can quickly go away. Good tackle in the middle, but a stronger play by the Panthers. And the shot will be easily saved by Metz. Entering play tonight, I believe Metz had a total of 14 saves, and she has had a couple so far tonight. Pauly in midfield will play it on back, and the Dukes will start to get numbers forward. Good flick intended for Pauly, but it'll fall to the defense. Heck taking it up the far side. Good pass up the wing, and here come the Perry Panthers once again. 21:44 remaining in this first half. Perry 4, Marlington 1 your score. If you are just tuning in, you are watching OHSAA Girls Soccer on SmeeSports in partnership with Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance. If you are in the city of Alliance or close enough to pick up the Spectrum Channel, you can catch this game again on live replay within the next couple of weeks. You can also catch Alliance and Paddable football from this past Friday night. First foul of the game going against the Panthers, and it'll be a free kick in the defensive half of the Marlington Dukes. But a good game all the way around by Perry. Just that one mistake on the set piece. And they have plenty of time to make amends for it as well. Good dish forward, maybe off of a shoulder. But they will say no, and that one will nearly go out of play. Just kept in our blind spot. And Perry now getting numbers forward. This is the loudest that they have been since their 4th goal. The energy is quickly coming back. And here come the Dukes to try and get possession back. And they will concede the throw-in. Excellently done by Carissa Miller, I believe a freshman, to show that kind of leadership there to get the ball out of play. Gives the defense time to reset. That's a big heads-up play for the defender. And going back to what my big gripe with this team was earlier of the heavy touches, they have really toned that down a lot. It has been a lot of stronger challenges from the Dukes, and that has given them more control in this game. And there it is once again on display, as they will take this out of their defensive area. Odie being gripped from behind, able to play it on forward, but a good interception by the Panthers. Schaefer sending it forward, just tipping to the 18-yard box. A good chance for Perry, but it'll be cleared away. Nicely done by the defense of the Marlington Dukes. The center backs, as of late, really doing a great job stepping off of their line, stepping up, and getting the clearance. And a nice job by the Dukes there to avoid a handball. You see the hands go up, you flare their shoulders out, you use your chest to bring it down. Nicely done. A handball there would give Perry a prime opportunity to score. And once again, a nice trap by the Marlington Dukes. If you're looking at fundamentals in the last 5 minutes, Marlington has really stepped up their game in that department. And now we are officially halfway through the opening 20 minutes in. Still a 3-goal game in favor of Perry. Good chance for the Dukes, and it'll go right to Metz. She clears it off the line. And that could have been a dangerous chance for Perry. And it still appears to be. Played into the 18-yard box, and there is the far flag up. It'll be an offside against Perry, and that'll give a free kick to the Marlington Dukes. First time the offside rule has come into effect this evening. We've seen a lot of corners, not too many fouls. And then once again, that is our first offside of the game. Perry just getting a little bit too antsy. They're playing with more aggression, but the aggression isn't in the build-up play where it needs to be. Perry can still dominate this game and still score 7-8 goals. They just need to play with the same build-up play that got them the first 4. And a great chance for them to do so here. Good cross in. Beautiful touch by Tom. But it is out behind the goal, and it'll be another goal kick for Mets and the Dukes. Just not the ideal touch on the end of a great pass. The crossing of Perry has been superb so far tonight. Looking ahead at our broadcast schedule throughout this week, we have 3 more games out this way before heading on back to the Cleveland area on Friday. Tomorrow it is Minerva and West Branch Volleyball at 6. Wednesday it's Alliance and Canfield Soccer at 7 at Rock Hill. Then on Thursday we are back here at the Marlington Soccer Stadium as the Marlington Dukes take on the Streetsboro Rockets in a boys soccer game. Then on Friday it is Holy Name and Gilmore football. Beautiful ball in, and it'll be cleared away for a corner. But to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. I know we have a lot of first-time viewers tonight. We covered a total of 2 Marlington Dukes girls soccer games last year. No Perry girls soccer. We've covered Perry, I believe, once, and that was the baseball game back in April. So a relatively unfamiliar audience with us. And with that being said, we welcome you in here to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We are glad that you are with us here tonight in Alliance. Ball played in, but beautiful defense on the edge of the box as Odie is able to get a good piece. And Marlington now has a good chance to get some good build-up play. But in the end, it is intercepted in the middle of the pitch. And Perry will be able to reset. Substitution incoming for the Marlington Dukes as it is Caitlin Pauley awaiting at midfield. Squared central and now out to the wing. Perry once again just trying to find some good build-up play. Tom, central, good give and go down the wing. A promising attack for the Panthers. Squared back towards the edge of the 18-yard box. A lot of black jerseys in the vicinity going up against the Perry Panthers as they are in their road white jerseys tonight. Ball whipped to the edge of the 18-yard box, and it is one of the captains stepping up. That is Megan Kirby with an excellent tackle. Good strong defense in the last 15 minutes by the Marlington Dukes. Ball whipped in, but well behind, and that'll go out of play for a goal kick. And as mentioned, it is going to be Caitlin Pauley subbing in. And we will see who she relieves. It is Kelly Johnson, the junior. 15:25 and counting left to go in the first half. 4-1 Perry on top. No goals scored in, I believe, the last 10 minutes. Both sides looking for one here. Halftime is going to be telling for both sides, especially after it, which side comes out with more intensity. And we'll talk a lot about that during our brief halftime show right before the second half is about to begin. A lot to recap so far, especially that strong Perry start. But the big question is, who will step up for one of these teams to really answer the question of who controls this game? You would think that would be an easy question just given the scoreline, but Marlington has the last goal in this game. This is their home field. They have a good chance to control from here. Get one more before halftime, make it 4-2. You then have 40 more minutes to find 2. If you take a draw from this game, that would be, I would say, a win for these Dukes. Once again, the last 2 years, you look at the scores, 11-1 combined in favor of Perry. The Panthers have dominated this tie. And going into next year, which will be back in Massillon most likely, Marlington, if they don't get the win tonight, will have to get it next time, as this could be the end of the series. New head coach, this necessarily wasn't his schedule. We could see what Coach Grove wants to do next year, but most likely he will have to play out the end of this 2-year, I would say, agreement. And here come the Dukes. Heavy touch forward, too heavy, and the Panthers will concede a throw. Saransky just too far in front, trying to give herself some time to pace forward. Either way, draws the throw in, and that gives the Dukes a chance to reset. Ball played forward, Saransky, and Tom will take it back for the Panthers. Couple of bounces going towards midfield. A good Dukes roll. And here comes Marlington. It is Odie taking it herself. She beats the defender for pace. And it's a great opportunity for Marlington. Odie turns the corner. Ball still in play. And finally the flag will go up. And I believe Odie and the Dukes will be rewarded with a corner. Nicely done by Odie all the way up the wing. Even when she lost possession, she fought for it, forces the corner. The only goal of the night so far for Marlington came on a set piece, and they have an opportunity to do it again. I'll tell you what, Shelby Odie as a freshman has really stepped up this season. Marlington has been looking for a goal scorer, and they have one for the rest of this season and then for the next 3 years. That is a great thing to know. You have your clinical finisher. You just need a couple of other players to step up along with her. Good ball whipped in. And Marlington a chance to take it outside the 18-yard box and go from there. Pauly dishes it out to the wing. Kirby. And Perry is able to survive the set piece. Good defense. But the ball still not cleared. Kirby, a good challenge, doesn't get the ball. And Perry has a chance to take it out the wing. And another wayward pass. Both sides struggling to put a couple of passes together in the last couple of minutes. And that has given us a couple of unfortunate close ties. We've seen it defensively, a couple of big plays potentially avoided. And now the Dukes just looking for a big play. And a lot of it will be on the passing. Fundamentals will win you a game like this. Perry right now controlling in that regard. But Marlington doing a good job to get back in. And with 11:30 on the clock in the first half, it's not a complete necessity to score in the next 11 minutes, but I would say it is almost a must. It is as close to a must as humanly possible. But they will have to win as it is hit too hard and out of play. Odie takes it. Whistle will not be blown. It looked like it may have hit off of her arm. But they will say no handball and possession Perry. And here come the Panthers trying to find their first goal since the 30th minute. And it's weird looking at high school and compared to professional. The clock is flipped. Ball sent down the wing. 10:49 and counting left to go in this first half. Perry now 20 minutes since their last goal. Nice ball whipped in, 2 in the box for the Panthers. Nothing going, and as they have done so well today, they will reset with a pass back. Now Tom on the wing. Squares it, picking up. Good whip forward all the way through the Dukes defense. Metz is there and is able to make the easy save. And quickly she will throw it up the pitch. Intercepted by the Panthers. Another prime opportunity. Good ball in, deflected out of the box. Still there. And the Dukes will concede a corner. Good aggressiveness by the Marlington defense. Just throwing a body in front. Anything to knock the ball down. And with so many great crosses today by Perry, they have adjusted to that very well. And you hate to say, oh, if one time didn't happen, then they would be the better team. But it's true. Marlington in the last 20 minutes have been the better looking team. And Perry knows they have to find something to make themselves the true best team throughout the entirety of the match. Once again, all the goals coming within a 9-minute span. The first goal came within 45 seconds. That early start was promising, but it looks like Perry just taking their foot slightly off the gas, and that gives a slight way for Marlington to potentially get back in this game. And it could start here. Odie plays it up, but nobody home. That has been a big issue for both sides. Heavy passes forward, good passes forward. There's nobody home to be on the receiving end. Good build-up play once again by Perry. But build-up play is only so good. You need a goal on top of it to make it a truly good play. And once again, Marlington's defense applies enough pressure, forces that out of play, and it'll be a Panthers throw-in. Good cut up the far side, and once again, a cross in will meet a black jersey, and it is a strong clearance up the pitch. It is Pauly. Nobody else home. It's 1-on-3, and she will find some help. It is Walter dishing forward. Nobody home but a chance as it is slowed down. And Perry will concede the throw-in. The defender getting a piece of it really hurts, as otherwise that was going to go to the goalkeeper. Marlington once again forcing some mistakes. And that gives them a shot here with one more mistake to get that second goal. And I wouldn't be surprised if heading into halftime, Coach Grove would welcome that goal and see it as a big victory in this first half. He is still looking for his first win as the head coach of the Marlington Dukes. Only one win last year, and that was against Salem. They won it before heading into EBC play. And looking at the next 5 for the Marlington Dukes, it is Carrollton, Ursuline, West Branch, Coventry, and Minerva. A couple of winnable games in there for the Dukes. So we will see how they fare against those squads. You have a total of, I believe, 3 EBC sides. Ursuline, who won on the definition of a walk-off free kick last year. And then Coventry. Coventry, I would say, is the most winnable of those games. Beautiful ball forward, and it will just die outside the 6-yard box. But great defense by the Dukes gets it away. And Marlington able to clear it once again for the time being. But Perry not giving up. Whistle will blow, and it'll be a foul on the Dukes. And once again, Perry will get their favorite kind of play in this game, and that is the set piece. 6:40 left to go in the first half. Perry 4, Marlington 1. Cross sent shallowly into the 18-yard box. Couple deflection off of a couple of Dukes. Played back, and the Panthers will just send it back. And the offense will look to play it out from the midfield. 3 changes upcoming for the Panthers, 2 for the Marlington Dukes. For Marlington, it is Eichler and Johnson. Ball out of play. Substitutions will come in, and it will be a Marlington throw. Once again, join us tomorrow at Minerva High School, 6 p.m. for some OHSAA volleyball as the Lions welcome in the West Branch Warriors. Should be a good game. Minerva, I believe, 500, 2-2. So we will see how they fare against the EBC Giants, but not the top dogs, as the top dogs in volleyball would be the Marlington Dukes. The Marlington Dukes that made it to the Final Four last year after another convincing playoff run. They will look this year to put all the pieces together to finally get over the hump and win that state title. And that would be big for this community. Once again, 2 high schools in the city of Alliance. You have Alliance, which is more in the city center towards the University of Mount Union. And then you have Marlington out kind of in farm country, as you see a lot of vegetation around the facilities. Cornfield, I believe, out on the center view, as you can kind of see on your screen. 2 different communities, but both very tight-knit and both very much passionate for their teams. With less than 5 minutes to go, a good opportunity for the Panthers. But nothing going. The Dukes, once again, a lot of good pressure. Perry able to turn the corner. Their best chance in a while, and it'll hit off of the side netting for a goal kick. But once again, both schools in the city very passionate. No goals in the last, I believe, now 20 minutes. This game has really slowed down, but just based on the way that both teams have played, I wouldn't be surprised to see one more goal in this first half. And it could be here. Here come the Perry Panthers. Good turn inside. The shot. It is saved by Metz. Great opportunity for Perry, but the shot right at the shot stopper. That attempt came from McGrady. Once again, great footwork inside the box. Just couldn't finish. And that could be a penalty. And the answer is no. Excellent job by the Dukes to get ball. But still near the 18-yard box. Good cut back and dish outside. Now less than 4 minutes to go in the first half. Ball whipped to the top and sent right back out. Aggressive hit there from the Dukes. Nothing called. And this is where the physicality of Marlington is starting to pay off. They're getting more and more aggressive. And right now, they just simply have to clear. Perry doing a great job to box out, and they will win back possession. And finally, there is the whistle on the edge of the box. It looked like that was Schaefer trying to find a way inside the 18-yard box. But just a heavy touch from the Dukes, and from that point forward, they were playing with their back against the wall. Not much to do, not enough space, and in the end, it looks like the foul will go against Perry. But still a very tough spot to be in. That heavy touch killed them, and almost again here. I'm sure that'll be a point of emphasis at halftime of trapping the ball and making sure you have possession. Good interception by the Dukes, and here comes the offense. Once again, not much time left to go in this first half. Getting a goal on the board now with such little time left to play, that would be a big gut punch to the Panthers and a great vote of confidence for the Dukes. Perry trying to find their fifth of the first half, but they will have to wait as it looks like they will just have to play it out from the side, no corner, as the ball dies just before the line. And Marlington taking their time. Callahan trying to play it forward. She will lose possession, and it is Perry's ball once more. Squared inside the box. Nobody home on the back door. And Mets will have a goal kick. And officially that is the 2-minute warning in this first half. So 38 minutes so far. 5 combined goals. Nothing since around the 25th minute. It'll be interesting to see how both sides adapt at halftime. Kind of a stalemate in the second portion of this first half. Both sides doing things good, but both sides having some struggles, and they both have plenty to work on in this I believe, 10-minute break. So we will see what adjustments both coaches end up making. Beautiful ball into the back post. Matt's able to easily get it before the Panthers can get it. Once again, Fogle was in an excellent run, just too much behind the pass intended for her. And if you're Perry right now, playing the possession game once again would not be a bad thing before finally trying to take a shot with not much time left. But losing the ball here, we are finally in the last minute of the first half. Both sides getting a little bit more aggressive. Heavy ball played forward, and that one will simply fall to the goalkeeper of Perry. And with such little time left, you would have to think Perry is just going to try and, quote-unquote, hold out for the last shot. But Marlington once again wins it back on the kick. Beautiful ball up the wing. 30 seconds and counting. Perry a chance with the last minute to score again. And not quite great defense by the Dukes as they will fall back to the defensive. One more opportunity for Perry. 15 seconds. They have to take this corner quickly. Not much time left to go. Now 10 seconds on the clock. Can Perry get one more goal? Good block by the Dukes. All they need to do is simply clear it here. Good poke to the corner, and that is all she wrote for the first half. 4 goals early on for the Perry Panthers, but nothing since the 30th minute. Marlington has the last goal in this game as of right now, and that came 25 minutes ago. At the half, it is Perry 4, Marlington 1, your score. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsor, and then be back on in a few moments as we will have our halftime show to recap the action so far. You are watching OHSAA Girls Soccer on the SmeeSports YouTube channel.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
As we head back on to stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist 2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is 5,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. There is no added cost, but it greatly helps out all that we do here at SmeeSports. As well, if you would like to become a broadcast sponsor, reach out to us at one of those avenues on your screen, and I would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. A lot of great games, whether it be here in Stark County or up in the Cleveland area. We have just about everything and anything you could want for your business. To recap the first half real quick, it was a great start for the Perry Panthers. 4 goals in the first 9 minutes. Then Marlington on a set piece found their only goal of the game. And since then, Marlington has looked like the better team. Perry has had their struggles, but these next 40 minutes are really going to be telling. And the big question right now is, was the first half enough for Perry to win this game? They hope the answer is yes. Very easily the answer could be yes, but we will see in these next 40 minutes. The lights are now on. The pressure is starting to build a little bit more. So we will see how this one ends up shaping out, as a lot still can happen. That is the beauty of soccer. A lot can change in the next 40 minutes. A lot of interesting changes, twists, turns, you name it. So we'll see how these teams prepare and adapt whatever happens. A lot can really change, and we'll see if fundamental ball still prevails or if we're going to see teams try and go away from that and get more aggressive as this game goes on. 40 minutes down, 40 to go in our first girls soccer game of the 2025 campaign. Perry up 4-1 on the Marlington Dukes. Once again, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening, and we have less than 40 minutes to go as we are back underway at Marlington's Soccer Stadium. Perry getting aggressive early on with that forward pass off of the kickoff, but now Marlington fighting for possession We'll see how that battle goes. And as I mentioned, will we see fundamental ball or will we see more aggression? I think right now the answer is aggression, as we are seeing a lot of heavy passes forward. Good ping, not enough to beat the Panthers defense, as they will simply concede a throw-in. Marlington has done a great job to put Perry up against the ropes. All it takes, though, is one big goal from Perry, and that will silence the Marlington Dukes. Perry just having to track back more than they would like to so far in this second half, albeit it's early. But the more pressure Marlington puts on, the better are their chances to potentially take a point from this game. Good play on the far side. And it'll be Perry winning back possession on an excellent box out. Excellent Cruyff turn as well. And here come the Panthers all of a sudden. Somewhat favorable numbers going forward for Perry. Can the Panthers get their 5th goal of the game and their first of the second half? Great build of play, beautiful ball over the top, and it is going to go wide. What a beautiful ball in. Perfectly leads the attacker in stride. That is Addison Fogel once again. So many great runs for her today, but yet again, Fogel just overshot. So now we will see how the Marlington Dukes respond defensively. Their defense caught out there. And Perry, they're right back to it. They will go to the wing. A lot of their goals have come from crosses tonight. They will try it again. The header just going over the bar. Perry getting very aggressive in this second half. A lot of good looks so far. And with 38 minutes to go, Marlington has to up the pressure. At this point, if you're Perry, just keep the ball in the attacking area. Play like you did in the first 10 minutes. And if you score, great. If not, you still control. That is how they were able to get to that 4-0 lead. The ball never left the attacking area. Nice ball into the 18-yard box, but intercepted by the Dukes. Marlington will try again to build an attack. Very nearly turning the corner, but some great defense in the midfield area by the Panthers keeps it close. And Perry will reset with a good back pass. But yet again, Marlington finds the end of it. And here come the Dukes. Beautiful ball forward. Another good pass. Saransky tips herself forward, but unable to get on the end of the heavy touch. And once again, Perry pushing it up the pitch. On the far side, that is Callahan with the interception for the Dukes. Once again, a pinball sequence between both teams, maybe having the ball for 4 or 5 touches and then an interception. Good job squaring it to the center. This is one of the longer sequences that we have seen in the second half. And yet again, it's a long pass, but Perry doing a great job stringing them together. And here is their chance to find their 5th. Beautiful ball in, and it is going to skim off of the bar. Once again, a pseudo cross almost finds the back of the net. 3 great chances so far in the opening 4 minutes of the second half. Eerily similar to the opening 10 minutes of the first. The big difference is the clinicality just not there right now for the Perry Panthers, but still a very good game all the way around for them. They have been solid. They have been playing their brand of soccer, and that has given them this 3-goal advantage, which could turn to 4. Beautiful ball, and it's a shot, and it is once again going to go over the bar. Looked like it was going to go to that back corner, but in the end just sails over the bar, and it is going to be a goal kick. The sun setting nicely here in Alliance. Off to our left, a beautiful sunset. And as it gets closer and closer to the official fall months, we are going to see less and less of the sun. We did have some drizzle earlier on today, but just before the game started. But in the end, this has shaped up to be a beautiful night of soccer in Alliance. One of the nicest sunsets that we'll see all year. And here come the Dukes trying to give the sunset a beautiful additional tone. The ball just once again getting stuck. The issue right now for Marlington, they get the ball back, they can win it easily. There's just not any numbers forward to build an attack. They play it back, Perry has the time to adapt, and they make the plays they need to make. Whistle will blow, and I think she stepped too far on the throw-in. And now it looks like she just took it in the wrong spot. Initially, the linesman marked it way further up the pitch. And now closer to the final third. Another good chance here for the Dukes. Heavy challenge on the far side. And that'll be our first foul of the second half. And now a chance for the Dukes off of a set piece. Once again, their lone goal tonight did come from a corner. So a chance to go 2 for, I believe, 4 in the set piece department. And down by 3, they need this one here. It'll be a 2-man wall on the far side, it appears, for the Perry Panthers. And their wall will back up, looking in the box, a total of 7 white jerseys plus the goalkeeper. So a lot of numbers back for Perry defensively. Cross played in, a good ball, but it is going to be picked up in net. Nicely done by, I believe, Smurd, the new goalkeeper. One of the biggest saves of the night, just stepped up right into the middle of the Dukes, able to snatch it away. And here comes Perry on a great counterattack. But an excellent tip out of play and an excellent turn. Marlington gets it back. And did they fool the Panthers into a handball? It looks like they may have, as they never ruled it out of play, and then when she picked it up, they blew the whistle. I think it just went out of play, and then they called it late. But still, going back to the point, Marlington looking like the better team right now. Just down 3. And if Marlington does lose this game by this final score, they will feel hard done by. They'll look at the first 10 minutes on film and say, we just needed to correct that. We just needed to correct those heavy touches, and this was our game to win. But now is not the time for that kind of reflection. And they know that their focus has to be on the next 33 minutes. Nice ball up the wing to Schaefer. Played in. Fogel crosses it. A great chance for Perry. And it'll be sent out of play by Metz. Beautiful save at the near post by the Dukes. And yet again, a great chance for the Perry Panthers doesn't get answered or converted. The defense of Marlington doing a lot of great work in this second half. And now it'll be another corner for the Panthers. They do control in this category. Low ball to the edge of the 18-yard box, sent right back out. The cross will be tried again by Schaefer. Perry still getting on the end of it. And yet again, they will miss this time to the near post. And it'll be a goal kick for Metz and the Dukes. Once again, beautiful night here as the time is around 8:03 locally. So just over an hour into this soccer game. Heavy on the knee pass forward. Perry once again looking dangerous. Trying to get the ball out to the wing to Schaefer. Appears to have stayed onside. Good ball to the back corner. Nobody home. A lot of great crosses to the back post. But yet again, nobody there to play it in. Both sides have had so many great plays and so many great passes. The common denominator, nobody on the receiving end. A pass can be beautifully done, but if it's not in the vicinity of somebody that can actually do something with it, it's a wasted pass. Schaefer using some leverage to get the ball forward. Somehow stays on the line. Marlington thought it was going out, and they do get lucky as it is played too far up in the 18-yard box. But still a very stressful situation for the Dukes just outside their own 18-yard box. 30-30 left to go in regulation. Perry up by 3. And just to mention it, this game could end in a tie if it were to be tied after 80 minutes. Beautiful ball in, and once again, it just skims out. A Panther tipped it one to her left, but yet again, nobody able to send it in. Perry getting frustrated, and rightfully so. A lot of great plays, right place, right time, but yet again, nobody on the receiving end. And I'm sure tomorrow when the film is brought out, they'll look at that and say, we have to be better, especially as we play some really good teams this year. We have to be better. We have to be on the end of these passes, against other teams, they won't have this many opportunities to score. They'll have to take the ones in front of them. And as of right now, this is going to be Marlington's best result against Perry in this series. The other best was 4, and that was 5-1. 5-1 and 6-0 so far, but 4-1, not at all bad. And it still could get closer, but at the same time, it could also get further. Perry just needs a little bit of luck. They don't need the skill. The skill is clearly there. They just need a couple of bounces to go their way to find the back of the net. That's all they're waiting for. Marlington, they're looking for that opportunity. They really would have liked to have another goal on the board before the end of the first half. Right now, looking at the clock, 29 minutes left to go. If they can get one in the next 10 minutes, 2 goals in the final 20 is doable. So far this year, 0-1 at home, as that is where they drew against Waterloo. That game on Friday, August 15th, as a part of Friday Night Football. A new addition by the OHSAA as they allow teams to begin their season a day early to help promote the sports across the state of Ohio. Excellent tackle on the edge of the 18-yard box. Sent back once again for the Panthers, and they will try it again. Cruyff turn and sent to the far wing. Good heavy attempt by the Dukes, just once again not getting on the end of it. Perry using some skill to get past defenders, but once again on the cross right to a Duke. Odie sends it up the wing, nobody home, as it'll go down as more of a clearance. Stepping up that time to get a piece. Odie once again will hit it away, this time out of bounds. And Perry will take it back. A lot of just clumping in that far side. And the Dukes finally a good clinical pass forward. They will try and put 2 together. But yet again, too long. Great tackle. Perry staying with it. And the Panthers playing aggressive, and that'll be a clear foul. Just got too much on the back of Schaefer. And after the whistle blew, also got clipped up with her. Perry, a great chance to reset here. An easy opportunity to get a couple of passes put together. Heck to take the free kick just in the defensive area. Beautiful ball forward all the way to the 18-yard box. Has an attacker on it. The attempted Cruyff not able to get past the defender Miller. And it'll go out of play for a corner. But a nice ball off the pitch. Heck using plenty of power. And once again leads on one of her teammates. Nobody home on the near side. A big gap. Perry takes it. A chance on the far post. But nobody there to send it in. Further back at the box, and the shot just not powerful enough. But Marlington, the moment they notice it, you can hear just the adjustments being made from the side. There's only so many opportunities Perry can have, it feels like, before they finally find the back of the net again. They have just been unlucky in this second half. Marlington getting very aggressive, almost conceding a free kick. And same with Perry, an aggressive follow-through. No foul given, and that is the right choice. A good pass from distance, and yet again it goes through 2 defenders. And at the same time, 2 attackers going through everybody, 2 Mets. I'll say it again. The way Perry is playing, they have to find another. And a great chance here. Ball played in. Tip back into no man's land. Schaefer squares top of the box. And it'll roll to the far side. Marlington helped out slightly, just not enough to get to the ball. And Perry yet again with another good ball forward. And there is the flag for the second time tonight. Good incisive pass, but offside negates any opportunity. And the clock will continue to run. So 25 and counting left to go in regulation. And I believe we are officially a full 40 minutes past our last goal. And once again, that last goal does belong to the Marlington Dukes. Nice heel flick back, but it goes to the Panthers. And on a later roll, almost going forward to Cernansky. But unable to get on the end of it. Perry still very aggressive. Schaefer continues to take it up the wing herself. Able to get it past Miller. Still with Schaefer, an excellent solo run played into the center of the 6-yard box. Nobody able to get a good shot away, and Perry will have to reset. Yet again, the Panthers so close. Another ball whipped in near post for Metz, and she is right there to scoop it up on our far side. Yet again, Marlington coming up lucky with some good defensive plays. But if you're Perry, you have to find that one shot. One more goal here, and they will put the nail in the coffin. That's all it takes for them to get back in control. Nice job of the Dukes to lead that one forward, which is not enough behind it to get past the defense. Good ball up the wing and just sent back central. Perry up by 3, looking for a 4th. And yet again, for those just tuning in, Perry, 4 goals in the first 9 minutes. But since then, nothing. Ball played into the near post, and once again, it is Metz picking it up. Metz has been very active tonight for the Marlington Dukes. And that has been a good thing for her. Since a shaky start, she has been rock solid. A lot of good plays and a lot of textbook goalkeeping. That is the more important of the two. Excellent touch forward. One of the best touches that you will see tonight. It is Odie. 3 goals so far this season. Now looking for an assist. Good ball up. It's Walter, the junior. Marlington looking promising on this attack. Just needs a few more players forward. Walter cutting up the wing. Plays it in. Nobody home. And it is an easy stop for the Perry Panthers. Yet again, only 2 with Walter there. Needed a couple of other players to step up, especially your midfielders. If you have a more attacking-minded player, maybe an Odie, step up, be there as an extra option. That would give you a better chance, especially if you're going to try and cross the ball in. You need numbers. You need somebody to be able to be in there close enough to put something on to try and bring it in. Excellent touch. Perry, a chance to get on the board again, and they will miss wide left. Too much curvature. It looked good on the initial swing of the foot, but you see it just break left. And that is the difficult thing about trying to curl the ball in too much one way, and the line drive would have done a lot better. Double change for the Dukes in the meantime. Trying to keep players fresh right now. If you get rid of the first 15 minutes of this game, this has been 0-0, and both sides have been fighting in a very gritty game. And this is, I would say, a very good learning experience for the Perry Panthers. You play in a tough Federal League conference. This is a great preview with some of those games. Those teams, they will be fierce. And you look at the Federal League, Uniontown Lake, they have Alliance tonight. So that'll be a good game for both teams then. Obviously, Alliance and Lake looking at this game, and Perry and Marlington looking at the Lake Alliance game. Great chance for the Dukes, but once again, Perry able to hold up. Just worked too quick there, and speaking of too quick, almost out of play, but Perry able to keep it in, and they have favorable numbers forward. Beautiful cross in. Only one man to beat. Here's the great chance, and it is once again saved by Metz. Right place, right time, one-on-one. But just unable to find the back of the net. And that'll lead to a corner once again for Perry. 21 minutes and counting left to go in this one. Same score as it was. Ball played in, good spot around the 6-yard box. Marlington does the right thing and just clears it away. Perry trying to build from it, and in the end, they will just let it go out of play. But once again, it looks like they were too quick with it, and it'll be Marlington possession. Marlington getting plenty of opportunities here to get back in this game, get their momentum and energy back up. And yet again, the whistle blows. Keep in mind, the clock does continue to run. Marlington, not too much time left. 20 minutes, and they need to find a total of 3 goals. In the meantime, 2 Panthers getting ready down below us to try and come back in to make an impact. It appears to be Woolhams and Tom coming in. Perry playing a high line defensively. Ball goes into no man's land. Walter, a heavy touch forward. Too heavy as the Panthers will send it away. Almost a scary reality for Perry. And now a great one as they have numbers once again in their attacking area. The Panthers looking for their first strike since the 30th minute of the first half. Snap back forward for the Dukes. Walter trying to fight for possession. It'll go forward to Perry. She is onside. The chance, wide right. Once again, Perry getting close to the goal, getting close to that 6-yard box. But on goal, just not able to guide it in. And they will have a lot to look at once again when it comes to film. And that's the tough thing about soccer. How do you make these adjustments heading into another game soon? You only have so many practice days and only so much you can do. Free kick, or rather goal kick directly to the Panthers. Good shot from distance. Metz bobbles it. And once again, she is able to keep it out of her nets. Another heavy heave forward by Metz. Perry wins it back. Can they finally get on the end of a good strike? They've been close. They've been there so often in this second half. And as I've said so often in this second half, you just feel they're close to their fifth. They just need one bounce to go their way. And at this point in the game, one good bounce their way, and this is going to be their win. Ball played in beautiful by Perry. And a good chance on the edge of the 18-yard box. Marlington lightly clears a pinball. The Dukes poke it further back, but it will stay with Perry, and they will try it again. 17:44 and counting left to go in regulation. Intercepted by Marlington, but once again, a heavy touch forward. I feel like I've said the same 5 things about both teams so far in the second half. You see the heavy touches, you see so close, but yet so far just not able to get on the end of a good pass. You see the light tips right back to the defense. You see the same things for both teams. You see what needs to be changed, but in game, if you're focused on one thing, which if you're Perry, your goal right now is just to keep Marlington out of the attacking area, and if you're Marlington, your goal is to score, you kind of hone in on that and you avoid looking at those other things. Maybe looking at those other areas, those pinballs, those wayward passes, that you can find a route to get to your desired goal. But in a game like this, not much time left, you're focused on that goal, and you're just going to try and execute a game plan and try and go with the way that you want to go into it, not looking at the overall game. Good shot from range, but once again, directly into the midst of Metz. And here come the Dukes. While slipping forward once again, it will settle with the Panthers. And here comes Perry. Heavy touch forward, intercepted by Marlington. Another good ball forward. This time it will fall to a Duke. And here comes Marlington. Good touch by Eichler, fighting for possession. Spins out of a tackle, still spinning. And she will force the foul. So now a free kick for the Dukes. Once again, their only goal so far in this game, it came on a set piece. Good give and go. It is Odie from range, takes the shot, and she is going to miss wide right. You can't blame Shelby Odie there. 3 goals so far this season, wanted her 4th, and that was one of the best strikes that we have seen all night from Marlington. As this game goes on and gets closer and closer to its conclusion, you have to try new things. And that was one of the best things they could have tried. If that went in, that would have probably been enough to spark Marlington to at least give them the momentum they would need. Maybe not give them all they needed to get back in this game, but it would have given them a start. But Marlington's still getting very aggressive. Perry just needs one more goal, and they can breathe a lot easier. Here come the Dukes. One of the first times in this half they do have numbers forward. It's a good pass forward to Walter. But great defense will keep it away from the Dukes. But right back on the pass. It goes wayward. It is Eichler. Squares it. Nobody home. And the Panthers will take it back. Yet again, great resolve by the Perry Panthers defense. Haven't been tested too much in the second half. But when they have been, they have lived up to their potential. and they have made so many great plays, but they will have to continue it. Eichler and Walter sprinting for possession. Heck right there. Big ricochet. It will go out of play, and it will go to Perry on a goal kick. 14:30 on the clock as it'll be Cadence Bernard, the junior, subbing in. It'll be the freshman Isabella Ritchie subbing out. This Marlington team, a lot of young stars, but also a very talented senior class. Last year, a similar story. A lot of talented seniors leaving the program after last year. But the Dukes just looking to get back to their glory days of old. They had back-to-back 8-8-1 seasons, but their last true above 500 campaign came back in 2018, 9-7-3. And their last conference title, I believe, came back in 2011. So a long road back there for Coach Grove and company. This season is simply about laying the foundation, not just at the high school level, but also in the youth programs. And also the big thing, you also have to try and keep your best players away from Alliance, as we see a lot of transfers. Good ball in on the far side for the Panthers, but Marlington able to hold on to it. Played right back into the 18-yard box. A difficult pass, a chance here for the Panthers. And yet again, the Dukes able to at least possess it for a moment. Schaefer, near wing, takes it to the end line, plays it in, and there is the goal at long last. It was bound to happen for the Perry Panthers. So close so many times, and there is their dagger. 13:09 remaining, and that'll make it 5-1 Perry. And we'll watch it back on the replay. Just right place, right time, and setting it up, it is Schaefer. She has truly been everywhere tonight. A great spark for the Panthers. And right there, head on. She was not going to miss from there. Schaefer sets it up, and she could be an easy candidate for player of the game. Now a 4-goal contest. The Panthers, they can cruise a little bit easier, but they don't want to be done quite yet. And you have to feel for Marlington, their defense doing so well, going for over a half without conceding a goal. And then the defense, one lapse, and that is where Perry will get their joy from this game. Marlington still trying to fight to get something back, a consolation goal, as they have 12 and a half minutes to find one. The Panthers keeping it close. That's another long shot, and it is going to go wide. Once again, join us tomorrow from Minerva High School, 6 p.m. first serve, as it is the Lions taking on the West Branch Warriors in a volleyball game. Then on Wednesday, we will be at Rock Hill, most likely 7 p.m. kickoff, as the Alliance Aviators take on a very talented squad in the Canfield Cardinals. A great year so far for the girls from Youngstown. And then on Thursday, we are back here at the Marlington Soccer Stadium as the boys soccer team takes on the Streetsboro Rockets at 7 p.m. Then on Friday, join us for our third Friday Night Lights game. Second official Friday Night Lights, third football game of the year, as the Holy Name Green Wave host the Gilmore Academy Lancers. Holy Name 1-0 entering play. Gilmore 0-1. You can watch all of those games live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel, and all of the Alliance and Marlington games back again in a few weeks on Spectrum Channel 1022 Alliance, as we are their official streaming partner. Good ball in, just not enough to find Tom on the first chance. Played back, and the shot will go wide. But once again, our first soccer game of the year, first game that is not football for 1022 this year. Still getting back into the swing of soccer. It'll take some getting used to. Volleyball, hoping to jump right back into it tomorrow, as we have 3 games on Saturday for Mount Union. Not on the channel, but hoping for a good start there. Beautiful touch in. And once again, Marlington will intercept. And in some other news of my own, I will be a lead play-by-play announcer for Mount Union Soccer on the weekends. During the week, it'll be Will and Josh Tovar. On the weekends, it'll be yours truly calling those games by myself. So I'm very grateful for Sports Director Will Moyer for giving me that opportunity and putting that trust in me as a sophomore to run my own crew, so to speak, during those games. And then as usual, we will still have plenty of volleyball calls from myself as we transition over to Flow Sports over at Mount Union. And then during the week, we will have plenty of high school games. And then in a few weeks, we will begin our fall coverage of Tri-C baseball. And that'll be fun to see as they take on the likes of Youngstown State, Akron, and Kent State. A lot of D1 teams. Officially less than 10 minutes to go in this contest. 70 minutes down. And it is still a beautiful sunset here in Alliance. Ladies and gentlemen, take it in. From here on forward, it is always going to be darker than this at this time. And you'll see that as we'll start to have some football games with our pregame show at 6:15 begin in the pitch black. It's going to happen. We've accepted that. And now on the far side, somebody's throwing a ball to the center. There's one ball in play. Very confusing on that far side, but the player is clearly not phased. But assuming the result holds, Perry would improve to 3-1 on the year. A good start for them so far in this campaign. A good bounce back after their 2-0 loss at Nordonia. A chance to make it 6-1. Beautiful ball down the wing. It is Schaefer looking to cross it in. And instead, she will take the shot with no help. And it will go into the side netting for a goal kick. Both sides making some changes, but as of right now, the result appears to be pretty concrete. But I would say my biggest takeaway from Marlington was their resolve defensively, going for over 40 minutes without conceding a goal. Truly good work from them. But still a lot of work to do heading into their next couple of games as they look to outperform last year with, once again, only one win in that campaign, and that came against the Quakers of Salem. And they will have that contest once again this year, as that is an Eastern Buckeye Conference battle. Perry just dribbling through the Marlington defense. Beautiful turn off to the right. An excellent chance for Perry. Squared back and a bunch of white jerseys still getting forward. Schaefer squares it top and tipped out to the wing. Nice shot to stay onside. And now the Panthers in the box getting numbers. Right now 3. Waiting across. Right now a chance for a shot. But just too much time taken. Now square to the top of the box. The shot. It is over, Matt, and it is in. Another great strike by the Perry Panthers. Lollipopping it over. And they will for sure take the 3 points here in Alliance. Yet another beautiful strike. We will watch that one back on the replay. It looked like they lost their opportunity there. Just waited too long to shoot. You see the open space. She just takes her time, squares it to the top of the box, and you see that space close down quickly. Just tries to boot it in and does exactly that. Sometimes pressure brings the best out of you, and we saw it there. Marlington now down by 5. And they are not done yet. A good amount of pace up the far wing, good amount of physicality as well. Out of play possession, Marlington. But as always, we do thank Marlington for hosting us this evening. They are the other end of our Spectrum Channel 1022 partnership. We would also like to extend a good thank you to the new athletic director, Scott Stayer, here at Marlington High School. He is coming in for Chad Hilliard, who was one and done as AD last year. We thank him for his part in getting this done, but also to Scott Stayer. Here come the Perry Panthers looking for one more. It is a good opportunity, one-on-one. Now numbers back. Excellent save from Metz. We're looking forward to getting a good working relationship with Mr. Stayer as the year goes on. After a great chance from the Perry Panthers, here come the Marlington Dukes. Numbers forward. Walter turns the corner, a chance here. Can Marlington find one? Not quite, missing wide left. Just too much pressure all the way around from the defense. And Perry has been great in that regard tonight. But as this game comes to its conclusion, we would like to remind you to stay tuned after our final commercial break. We will quickly recap this game, and then we will talk about our schedule for the rest of the week one more time before we send it on home as we get ready for tomorrow at Minerva. Odie looking for another goal. Excellent composure. A chance from distance. Whips it near side. And it is saved. Her second great shot of the evening. Had that one when it was 4-1. A shot that could have changed the trajectory of this game. But just a wide miss. And that left the door open just enough for Perry to officially pull away and get the win. Wouldn't be surprised to see more and more changes made by both sides in the final few minutes. Perry looking for number 7. Excellent work by the defense of the Marlington Dukes, flushing them back. But yet again, Perry just finds a way to get the ball back.
5 minutes remaining. 5 minutes remaining.
And there is the official 5-minute announcement. You can just see both sides slowing down in this game. After the 5th one came in, both sides just kind of took their foot off the gas a little bit. It's simple. Going into the next game, both teams will have to take a look at the basics. Go back to the basics, look at your fundamentals, and go from there. I think both sides showed a lot of good tonight. Marlington, once again, that streak of, 40 minutes and 10 shots where it looked like they were easily going to concede and then didn't. As for Perry, their goal-scoring prowess struggled at times, but when they had a good opportunity, they took it. And they were able to do so 6 times. And additionally, both defenses, a lot of good physicality. There it is again. That time too much. The Marlington Duke faithful, although this one will not go their way, still very much engaged on the far side. Now 4 minutes left to play. Headed on forward and flicked. The Dukes looking for one consolation goal. Not many numbers forward for Perry, but we've seen them make something out of nothing so often tonight. And they'll have an opportunity to do so as this one just played into the 18-yard box. Squared central. Just nobody there in time to get on the end of it. The Dukes tried sending it out for a corner, but playing on the grass, that slowed it down. We walked on the grass when heading in here. We walked down the center just to get a feel for what it is and just to understand the playing surface. It's a rough one. There are a lot of patches in that grass, a lot of areas where the ball can slow down, and you're seeing that tonight. But still, when you talk about a dedicated soccer stadium, which that's really more of a Stark County classic up in Cleveland, you don't see just dedicated soccer fields. It doesn't usually happen. But as far as those go, Marlington's might be the nicest. Just kind of in the woods, secluded, and the light's just bright. It gives you the true feeling of what high school soccer should be. And a lot of great teams will roll on in here this season, whether it be to play the boys or the girls, or both. And that'll be the fate for some EBC outfits. The Dukes working quick with 2:40 on the clock. Good work on the step up by Heck as she'll try and take it up. She has been a very physical player all evening. And that level of dedication has really been great for Perry. Even if she isn't always on the end of some tackles, she has really helped out her teammates so often. If you have that one sparking center back, that one fierce leader, you can go very far. Going to a professional equivalent, Carlos Puyol of Barcelona back in the 2010s. The way that he played, very fierce. It sparked the rest of the defense. You can say the same thing about Sergio Ramos, the old center back of Real Madrid.
2 minutes.
Those guys play with intensity that can just carry around the defense. If it's infectious like that, then you're doing something right, and that is the kind of player that Heck is. No matter who has been in this defensive line tonight for Perry, they have been great. And if it wasn't for one blemish on a set piece, they would have a clean sheet in hand. But this will have to do. Final 90 seconds of the 80. Marlington still time for one more goal. Heck sends it up, and Perry, they will try to find one more goal. And almost an opportunity. Ref will say play on, and here come the Dukes. Walter up the center. Not the best passing lane as it was closed down quick. And the Panthers will try and clear their lines. And as we should hear in a moment here, 1 minute left to go in regulation. Perry, a great 80 minutes of soccer today. And they will walk out of here with a 5-goal win, potentially 6. The Dukes just trying to keep things basic in the final seconds. Now down to 40 seconds. The Dukes getting a slight breakaway, but the flag on the far side will end it. Possession Perry. Perry once again improving to 3-1 on the year as they avenge their loss to Nordonia this past Saturday. Marlington dropping to 0-2-1. Marlington's next game, it'll be in September, I believe, as they are back here against Carrollton. And that was a game that they did draw last year, so that could flip to a win. Final 10 seconds of this one. Perry trying for one final strike. The Dukes playing keep away. They will just send it up. Nobody in the vicinity, and that is all she wrote from Alliance. The Perry Panthers, in dominating fashion, get the win. 6-1, your final. It is the Federal League team in Perry getting a big win. Once again, they had that tough loss on Saturday, but they made adjustments. Their goal scorers more active today. A lot of great opportunities, not discouraged in this second half. And in the end, they get the 5-goal win. 6-1 Perry over Marlington, your final. We will step aside and hear a word from our sponsors and be back on in a few moments to announce our player of the game and recap this matchup. You are watching OHSAA Girls Soccer on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
With 8 years of real estate experience and deep roots in Alliance, Heather Prince is more than just your local realtor. She's a proud graduate of Alliance High School and the University of Mount Union. She is also a lifelong supporter of her community. As a dedicated Homes for Heroes affiliate, Heather is honored to give back to those who serve. Teachers, healthcare professionals, firefighters, and EMTs, along with law enforcement who buy or sell a home with Heather, will receive a special reward check after closing. A heartfelt thank you for their service. Local, loyal, here for our heroes. Thinking of making a move? Contact Heather today. Heather Prince with Howard Hanna Real Estate Services, your hometown real estate experts.
Welcome back to Marlington Middle School, a.k.a. the Marlington Soccer Stadium. 6-1 your final. Massillon Perry gets the victory over the Dukes. Your player of the game tonight, it is going to go to the junior creator, Riley Schaefer. She was part of build-up play on pretty much every single goal. She was the maestro on the wing. And sometimes it's not the goal scorer that matters, but it is the creative mind, the best winger that spurs on the goals. And that is why Riley Schaefer is your player of the game for this one. Recapping the match real quick. 4 goals in the first 9 minutes for the Perry Panthers as they looked unstoppable and looked well on their way to a big victory. Then a few minutes later, Marlington got their lone goal of the game on a set piece. And then from there, a long time of 4-1. That was the halftime score. Perry, so many great opportunities in the second half. And then finally, they got their chance and they took it, scored their 5th, and then found their 6th moments later. And that is how they were able to get their 5-goal victory. Now 3-1 on the year. The Perry Panthers got a good potential look into the Federal League this year. Marlington, not a Federal League team, but the gritty style of soccer that we saw for those 40 minutes of no scoring, that is a great precursor to the Federal League season that is to follow. If Perry can use that and find what they did wrong on those attacking possessions and correct it to then score a couple of goals, they can be a big competitor and a contender for the Federal League title this year. But they have to make those adjustments. As for Marlington, they are blessed with over a week off. They have a lot of time to look things over before Carrollton. That was a tie last year, a potential flip this year if they can just get over that final hump and get that big victory. Once again, only 1 win last year. Their sights are set on a big 2025 campaign, and it's going to have to start against the Warriors. If not, they have Coventry in there. They need to find one, and if they find one and they can play like this, I think they can find 4 or 5 wins this year. The talent is there, but when you start out a game by conceding 4 goals in the first 9 minutes, it was always going to be an upward battle, and it always will be an upward battle in that scenario. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, as well as subscribe down below to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is 5,000 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. There is no added cost, but it greatly helps out all that we do here at the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Looking forward to the rest of our broadcast this week. Join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. at Minerva as the Lions take on West Branch in a volleyball game. Then on Wednesday, we are at Rock Hill as of right now. Alliance and Canfield girls soccer at 7 p.m. On Thursday, back here for a 7 p.m. kickoff. It is going to be the Marlington Dukes boys soccer team taking on the Streetsboro Rockets. Then on Friday, to round out our week here at SmeeSports, we are going to be back at North Royalton Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium, the penultimate home game there for the Holy Name Green Wave football team as they are making the move full-time to Brooklyn Memorial Stadium next year. The Green Wave 1-0 plays host to Gilmore 0-1. The SmeeSports pregame show will begin at 6:15 p.m., and then at 7 p.m. we will have kickoff and all the action live at Serpentini Chevrolet Stadium. Should be a fun week of games here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. A total of 5 during this first week of school. A lot of great things planned this year, a lot of great collaborations, and we have a full year with Channel 1022. We have so many great things, so many great people that we will see, and so many great students that will be able to showcase their abilities this year as they look to potentially get into the field of video production early on so they know if that is what they want to do when they leave Alliance or Marlington High Schools and then take that next leap up to college. But that is going to do it from Alliance, Ohio. Perry 6, Marlington 1, your final score here at the Marlington Soccer Stadium. I am Nathan Smee saying so long from A-Town, and we will see you again tomorrow in Minerva as the Lions take on West Branch. This has been OHSAA Girls Soccer on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Thank you all for tuning in. Have a good rest of your Monday, and we will see you again next time.